Well, welcome to the Titan Circle Forex Study Trading Group. My name is Dan Hansen. I'm your host for today, and today we're going to cover quite a few things. So one thing I'm really interested in looking at is not only the mindset of a trader, but also the new information that G-Money has been teaching us and the way we set up our charts, the way we can trade and make money in the market. This, of course, is not um, I'm not a financial planner, not a financial analyst. I'm not a professional market analyst. I'm a student of the system. However, I do know the information that can help us earn money. This is only speculative. Everything in trading is speculation. So it's all speculative and educational and for educational purposes only. Phew. There goes the disclaimer. As you can see, I have my
Fantastic.
as you can see, I have my chart from last week, but and I was looking at this weekly candlestick from last 2 weeks ago. I'm still following that direction because we do have this little turnaround, and as G Money pointed out, we do have a low to high retracement and then another high, but it's not a higher high. This is where the interesting thing comes about. I am going to open up a fresh chart. We're going to use one that's not written. I think I have Awanda. So I'm going to stick with this chart and we're going to just start from scratch. But I was also talking about a mindset. So let me share with you something that I got from a video I was watching of another author. That's one of my other passions is as an author. For one thing, we are the instrument for God, the universe, or however you want to call it, to be a tool to get whatever it is we want in our life. But the one thing we always forget to do is have the seed planted in us either the day before or the morning of. Now we are professional traders. It's called affirmations if you want them. You call them an affirmation. I am a professional trader. I trade with confidence, and just anything like that becomes very important. And also the process of journaling, I found out has been very helpful because it helps me track data, keeping track
Mhm.
of what our trades. That seems to me to be very important. And so, with that in mind, the very simple things in life are, as you say, simple. Just don't make them overcomplicated. And that's one thing I love about G-Money's system. It's not very complicated. You pick a direction, you find which way the market's going, and this is interesting. He pointed out this morning that we have this impulse, a correction, and we're waiting for the impulse. Now the question is that truly going to happen yet? We reached I used to call liquidity zone. If I can get rid of this crazy thing. There we go. So we got this big impulse. Boom. Nice and beefy actually. So we go from here to here. So we can actually take this area, this impulse, and we can say, hey, all right, that's what we're going to measure. So we're going to measure this impulse from low to high. And you can do this with anything, any time frame. I just thought this was interesting alone, just the idea of this being the impulse. There we go, our impulse, boom. And of course, we always fib our impulse from low to high, or high to low, depending on which way the market's going. In this case, we got a nice fib from low to high. Just as these three candlesticks alone is interesting. So let me get my fib on. Because I always have templates for every kind of fib I have. So this is my primary
Mm-hmm.
fib for everything. So I got the impulse, correction, and then the impulse. And if
Wow,
you
618.
the
Mm-hmm.
618 hit, and that's when I put my on this particular chart. Let's see, there it is. I put it on the 618 of an hourly chart. Let's see if I can. So right now that's the weekly. So when I got down to the hourly time frame, my weekly fib was still down because I was going off the candlestick that was prominent. It came down, hit my right down as I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn off the box system real quick so you can really see these fibs. So this was the weekly fib of that one candlestick. So we came up and we hit the 786 of the
Mm-hmm.
downturned candle. Let me get rid of this white line. It just hit the weekly 786 and it's kind of stuck there. So the question I had I didn't even think of when I was talking to G this morning on the class. We still have this 1 hour fib that can play out. It's already hit the zero. If you see that
Mm-hmm.
right there, it already hit the zero of a weekly fib that I did a while ago. So the question is, are we done with that fib, or is it just a turnaround and just hit the 786 of the weekly and is now going to make its transition back down to a lower time frame, to a lower level of price? That's one of the reasons I go, oh, that's interesting. Which one is going to hold out? Is the 1 hour fib stronger than the daily fib or the weekly fib? That
Mm-hmm.
is the question. So I'm looking for either, if we're going to get the pullback, we get the pullback to at least the 382, which is here, or 3236, or 382, which is the 50, or 618. So we're going to probably come back and test this zone down here at the 618, possibly, if we're going to continue going higher. And that way, the 1 hour fib will override the weekly fib. But it just was amazing that the 786 of the weekly was also the zero on my 1 hour fib. So we can go to a clean chart, and I'm going to, so we did a monthly view. And if we look at the whole month, that's this big impulse. Now we had the correction down past the 618 somewhere in the middle of May, now May 15th, believe it or not. And now we haven't really got past the 236 on a monthly fib. So the question we have now is this actually a turnaround? Because we got one higher high, we were still getting the higher lows, but we didn't take out this higher high. That means we're going to need some kind of momentum to drive it that high. And if we look at the daily chart that he was looking at, so this area of consolidation that we have going on here on the daily time frame is interesting in and of itself. Just based on this one big impulse, we came back to institutional levels. We haven't hit this high, but look at our liquidity zone up here. And this is what I think I was talking about this morning, was that area of interest. So I'm calling this, like, I usually call it like a liquidity zone. So I'm always looking for price to come up to that area and check it out. gotta make that a darker gray. There we go. Liquidity zone. And that's a daily. I'm going to mute this for a second because my brother got up. Anyways, our brother salutes us as he walks by the door. There's a daily liquidity zone. And that's where I think is why we'll probably come up and retest this liquidity zone one more time. We tested the edge once. We wicked into it a little bit, but now we're going to make that nice impulse. And if we can break through the liquidity zone, then my speculation is we're going to continue to go higher. So we got to get past the 236, get past here, come back, retest, and then go to the extensions. That's how I see that playing out. However, if this liquidity zone holds and it decides to turn around and come back the other way, which it can do, and may want to go for deeper price levels. I know we don't go back and look too far into the past our boxes. So I'll reinitiate our boxes on weekly. Let's see if I can show this on a weekly time frame. Should show on a weekly. What style? Let's see. It should show up on a weekly, but it's not. Huh, that's interesting. On a daily. Oh, that's right. He said it's only on the 1 hour and 4 hour. All right, that's okay. The 1 hour will work. We can look at the 1 hour. Right now, it's still bullish, pointing to the 236. So yeah, we could make that. Already cleared this high. We kind of filled in this gap here. I know it's very small to see, but there's this gap here that had to be filled in. Was that enough to turn price around and to continue going down? Could that just be a intermediary? Because we did hit this low and we kind of broke this low. Oh, wrong one, wrong low, this low. Which, if you notice, is where we got some support and resistance. We got all these hits here, and then we've got back there and touched it again. So we got double bottoms here. So that could also indicate that we're going to go to the top side. My speculation was 3,500 is where I'm looking. That price should get up to again because it's got to test that level. So we've got that impulse. We got that nice correction. We're impulsing back our way to 3,500. That would be that's what I'm looking for. But somehow then I saw something that makes me think otherwise. And that has to go with our weekly view. This impulse correction, and just based on that, it looks good, but some just feels weird. And I don't know how far back. Let me go on the monthly, see if there's any the previous monthly high. Let me just double get it. So we did pass the previous monthly high, I believe. But this last week, the 0 is my previous monthly high. No, that's the all-time high. This level up here is my all-time high. Yeah, narrowing it in, folks. I'm seeing something different. So we got our all-time high there. We tested it. We didn't even test it twice. We came close. So are we really continuing going up, even though we've got that would be considered a rally-based rally here with this doji candlestick. Looks like it can still push forward. Okay, still can push up. But our 236, of course, is standing in the way of getting that high again. We know we're going to have to get that high. So I have a feeling we're going to either see a pullback to the 382 to give us, so we can even take this week monthly candlestick. And I think that's where G Money was heading this morning. Just looking at this one monthly candlestick. Let me hide this Fibonacci real quick. So if we look at the one monthly candlestick, this one right here, we could almost use that as our control candle. Let's go down to the weekly candlestick. Well, there we go. These two candlesticks could be considered the control candles.
Hmm.
The question is that correct? Because we didn't actually break this opening of the previous weekly, or even hit the previous weekly high. This candlestick has not been fully closed. So we do have liquidity up here above the zero. So yeah, we can go to the extensions. And there we go, right there, 3,400. So going back to G Money's analysis, if we look at it that way, and we got the impulse, the correction, and the impulse. Let me put on my other favorite Fibonacci tool, which is called the extension, the trend-based fib extensions. We got an impulse, correction, and then bring it back down to here. Right now we're at the 618 of that extension, but 3664 would be my target goal. And if I bring back that previous Fibonacci, let me bring that previous fib back. It indicates pretty much the 272 is right. The negative 272 is right at that level. So as far as that's concerned, I believe we are truly looking for that fib and that buys, but when are we going to get them? That's the optimal question, because usually a hammer indicates a reversal in trend. So we might come back and test this low at least, or the 50 again one more time before it can get the momentum to go back up to the upside. Does that make any sense? Any questions? Oh, so yeah, I'm looking for if we
Wow.
can.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that was good.
yeah. So I'd be looking for like my stop loss. So if I were to set this up again, I'd be looking for using the 1, 2, 3 strategy. I'd be looking for this trade. I'd be looking for either the 382, of course, or or 50. But what did I mark here? This is a trend line. What was this marking? What was this white line? Yeah, I just gotta teach myself the, if I see something, what made me draw the line there? Oh, I know what it was. It was a 0 and the 786. It was a support and resistance zone. Because right now, based on my previous weekly fib, let's see, where's my other fib? Did I get rid of it? Nah. But if we follow the one candlestick, if we just follow that weekly candlestick that was bearish, let me bring that up. So if we use this particular candlestick as our previous weekly high and low, instead of using this big impulse, we could also take the fact that, oh, I didn't see that. And we got this impulse now. And like I said, it's just, we got to get, either way, we got to pass the 236 or at least this level. This was a 786 on our weekly fib. Support, this is support and resistance level that I noticed. That's not, I just put S. Remember. I can't type, folks. I can't. I can't type, folks. So yeah, so I'd be looking for maybe a retest of this zone down here. But this impulse It looks like good because we still haven't on this one impulse that we are just looking at on the weekly impulse. This impulse alone has not finished playing out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into my control fib. This will be my control fib. Here, somewhere there. This box. So using that as my control fib on the weekly. I like that. That's good. Well, now we can come down to the daily. 236 again is our bane of existence. That's still our wall to break. And we could possibly do that. And then on the, let me change this one color to red. 236. Red. There we go. There we go. So that's my zone that we want to break through. And that should take us up to the past the all-time high and take us higher to the 34, 36, 35, level ranges. So 3,600 is looking really good at this point. I'm liking that. That's a nice impulse. Yeah, so as G Money points out, our impulse corrections, impulses. There's our impulse correction. Impulse, this is probably the midpoint, 50%, pretty close to it. I'll put this on the 50. And there you go. And that's what I'm talking about. There's the 50, there's the midpoint. And it's right on a drop base drop. We also have this weird configuration here. There's a lot of support and resistance at that level to keep it up. I'll put 50% weekly. That should give us the momentum we need to take us back to the top side. Should give us the momentum we need, that we love. There we go. Now we can break it down. Let's see what the daily looks like. On the hourly, we got the daily, we got the impulse, correction, impulse. But we also have, we got this impulse, we got this correction. If this is the impulse, we got a lower high.
Mhm.
Now we're going to create a lower low to test this again, or are we done and we're just gonna, we got impulse correction and we're gonna work our way up. So we got news coming on, what day is this? This is July 15th. Oh, well, that's only Tuesday. So Tuesday, and then we got, what else we got down here? July 16th. Oh, July 15th, we got like core inflation rates. That's going to be huge.
Mm.
Friday, we should have some news coming out too. Yeah, the 18th. Yeah. Consumer sentiment and housing starts. That's going to be interesting for the other commodities. Retail sales, that won't affect us too much, I don't think. But yeah. Nope. Tuesday should be our big trade day, big momentum day. So we might try to come back and make a lower low, make another lower low, either towards this zone, the 50 of the weekly, to give us the momentum to push us up past the all-time high to get to 30. Because the ultimate goal is 4,000. I'm looking at like 30. The goal price I'm looking for is 38.36 as an all new all-time high at some point. For some reason, I don't know why our dollar's getting so weak. Oh, wait, it could be the president. Every time he opens his mouth, the market moves one way or the other. So I dig this impulse, this correction. What were you going to say, Dave?
Yeah, I was just amazed by that. I also looking at just almost at the same thing. I was trying to check the 4 hour and the daily, and I was seeing almost a similar thing because I was just trying to identify that trend in the 4 hour if we did really break that because of the 4 hour we were kind of trending down.
Right. Well, you would think so. And that's what I thought so too.
Yeah, and we
But
got that
technically we
retracement
have,
back.
yeah,
Hmm.
technically we haven't trended down yet because
Yeah.
this massive impulse. We haven't made a lower low since this impulse up.
Hmm. Oh, yep, yep.
Hey, if you look at the 4 hours, it's literally been trading sideways.
Hmm.
It's been trading in this zone from here to basically here. There you go. So that, oh, that's that's not good. I can't even see that. Oh, there you go. That's good enough. So this zone right here, this little white zone is pretty much our range, pretty close to it. We could even take it to this high if we wanted to get the wicks, but just basically there. And between the 50 and the zero, this we haven't broken out, so it's still a sideways pattern. We still have this major impulse, this major push up. And if we want to really get technical and really have fun and want to draw more lines to drive us crazy, come on. That's beautiful. I like that. And we can go to here to here. There's a trend line that if we need to go south, we need to break this trend line to continue down. Otherwise, we got to break past the 32. I always thought price was going to come back and retest the 3,000 level at some point um, in this big impulse, but we've already been in that zone quite a bit at the 3,000 at this area. Are we done? According to this impulse and correction, yeah, we're done. We keep making higher
Hmm. Yeah.
highs. So, but right now we have this crazy triangle pattern, which is still a bullish pennant, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. And I see like exactly there. Mostly when the price comes to around that area of 618, that retracement, we normally go to the extensions.
Right. Mhm.
So the other thing was like I was seeing this current trend here.
Good. You can
Then I
draw.
saw,
Can you draw with your pencil? Oh, there you go.
yeah.
Yeah. I thought
Hmm.
about this. Yeah, I see it now. It just blended in with my drawings. I couldn't see it. So you're talking about this impulse down here. So you're talking about this move, this impulse.
Yeah, and I was trying to measure that retracement. We are now back at the 618
All right, so
again to
that's
that
okay.
retracement.
That's where I was heading. So that's where I was thinking of before. Because we made a lower low. The problem is we haven't made a lower low past this low. So is
Yeah.
it truly impulse and correction? But you know what? We can factor that and we'll take a look. I'm going to switch charts just to show another way we can look at that. Reset this. Okay, so we're on the 4 hour, right? And this is the impulse you're basically talking about, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So we'll fib that from high to low. So there's our low, high to low. And that's why on my original chart, exactly what I drew. In my original,
Hmm.
there's the impulse we were talking about, very close to it. And I went off that one candlestick that was bearish. My weekly fib shows the negative 0.18 down at 32.30, 32.02 down that area. But right now, price is sitting right at the 786 of my
Hmm.
previous weekly candlestick. And that to me is it going to continue to go up, or do we have to come back to at least the 50 of that particular fib to keep going higher? So this fib on that one candlestick for me has not exhausted. And I'm not sure.
Mm.
Hey, Daniela, do you see anything different?
Not yet.
Yeah, because on
Not
the
yet.
hourly fib, and my hourly fib goes back way a long time. I can't even remember when I put this hourly fib on there. But anyhow, I was looking for the impulse to continue going up the extensions, and it hasn't done that either. So I
That's
must,
right. It's ranging for a long time now.
it's been ranging. So it's been, he was talking about it this morning, accumulation or dispersal. So he's calling it a dispersal, thinking we're going to go higher. But I think it's another area of accumulation, and we may see a reversal to push south, to push down. Um, but yeah,
Yeah. Are you able to go back a little bit? There's
back test.
no. Yeah, you can either backtest. No, but I just wanted you to like. I wanted to see your chart. Leave this movement. There's go a
Wait,
little bit left.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. What do you want to? What you looking at?
Keep going. So there. Yeah, exactly there. So I was trying to see. Yeah. So I was trying to see this momentum here. We kind of this 4 hour this we were doing this thing. Is it this really? There's
That's
a there was a downtrend somewhere on the 4 hour which we never came back, and it's the first time
we
price is
never
coming
did.
up.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
There's the
yeah.
because here's the and well, let's even take a deeper look. Deeper look. Look at this candlestick. We got double top here.
Hmm.
It stopped, and we got an engulfing candlestick. So even
Hmm.
here's the impulse.
Looks almost like a complex pullback.
It is a complex pullback.
Yeah,
That's all we're looking at right now is a very complex pullback.
yeah.
So, like I said, coming back and looking at this, so just looking at this 4 hour, this impulse, this is the impulse that I was looking at earlier. And so when we got above, so even in what they got Elliott wave, we did take out two lows. We took out this low. And so if you look at an Elliott wave, we got this impulse, we got this correction, we got boom, boom, boom. Now, based on an Elliott wave, if we clear the second one, it's a trend reversal, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know enough about Elliott waves to save my life, but I still don't see. I think this definitely was a complex pullback.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a trend reversal yet because we basically come back and tested this area, closed. See how we kind of closed this impulse already. We came back to more than 50% of that impulse. And now we just have to see. We got this impulse here. We've got the reversal on the Elliott wave. Came back down. Now we're looking for that increase. This made a little higher high. It's another reason why I
Hmm.
love. So we came and played with that and higher high. We just broke it barely. But this lower low, we took out this lower low. And this is where, what's wrong with that lower low right there? There. Nah, it's even. It's two lower lows. So that's called a double bottom, if I'm not mistaken. We're pricing
Yeah.
pretty much at the same level. So we've never really taken out this lower low because it's equal to this right there. We put that right on that low right there. We technically didn't take out this low. We got that impulse, we got the correction, impulse, almost 100% retracement.
Mm-hmm.
But now, yeah, so I'm kind of digging that if we play that
Yeah,
impulse,
now you know exactly just where you are right now. So
uh,
I was now trying to check this downtrend. So I was trying to measure this retracement up.
yeah, so what we'll do is I will, yeah, so let
Mm,
me do that. Let me go back to the chart I'm playing with before, which is this
yeah,
fib. That's the downtrend. That's what you,
yeah.
the question we have is it truly a downtrend? Because we got a higher
Mm-hmm.
high here and a higher low. Is that truly a reversal pattern?
Mm-hmm.
And that's on the 4 hour. So you're looking at this impulse, this correction, and then the impulse. The problem with this one, and that's why I can see where it's confusing as all daylights,
Yeah,
is you can actually, we took out this high, we took out this high right there, and we still haven't taken out this low
yeah.
or this low or this
Mm-hmm.
low. So we don't have a true trend reversal. But Daniela, are you seeing what I'm seeing? I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I love it.
Give me a second.
What's that? Go for
So
it, Daniel.
give me a second.
Okay, cool. I think I see something. And I think G Money pointed it out this morning. Now I can see what he's saying. Let me just get this moved over to the left. I do like where you're going with that, Dave. I mean, it makes sense in a way,
Yeah.
heading that direction. It looks like we're making that impulse correction impulse, but we still haven't completed this impulse here from,
Yes, yes.
yeah, so we haven't completed this impulse yet.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, true. Uh-huh. So
And
So
price other. Go ahead then.
I
I
just want
think
to say I'm back now. I'm sorry. I missed a little bit because I had to step out of the room.
no worries. I'm just starting to see a pattern that may change the way I think things. Our favorite, the harmonic pattern. I love my harmonics.
All right.
We got the impulse, got the correction,
Both.
impulse, and then we need to come back and at least test this area or 786.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is truly a trend reversal, we need to complete this D to the 786, have a pullback, and continue going down.
Right.
However, look at this one. You got the impulse correction, impulse correction. So even if you took this Elliott wave, yeah, see, I see him in my sleep, man. I see him in my sleep. Because we could even go this route. We can go this way. There's the A, there's the B, there's the C, and then the D would be somewhere down here.
Let me check what I put in there last time. I think I have my,
You want to share your chart if you got it available?
let me see if I still have that here. Has to make sense then, right?
Right. Yeah, Dave, you too. If you want to share your chart so we can go over what you see, that's very important too. So I'll just clear my chart. Danielle, when you're ready to share yours.
All right. Can you see my chart?
Yeah, I see it.
All right.
It's on the 15 minute. I see your harmonic played out beautifully, by the way.
Here
Came
on the
C pattern. Came back to hit the C pattern. That's beautiful.
that is the chart that I showed you last time. I haven't changed anything there yet.
Okay.
So what happened was that was my harmonic
Mm-hmm.
that I have seen
All right.
marked up. That was in the morning. That was
Mhm.
just All right, I think that was morning time from, yes, exactly. So before I left, I have seen I've seen the chart going up here this way, and it looked like okay, it could be that this is the last um candle kind of before it turns around for a pullback.
Mhm.
So I just did I placed
Right,
those short positions just in case, but I left. So it was for me just a test. Coming back, of course, I saw it went further, so I extended the
right.
line and
So,
then seeing what
yeah,
happened. So I was waiting for a long time for a pullback.
right. And I'll show you a little trick about trading harmonics. And this is where your patience really has to pay off. So your entry level, your entry zone would be here, the D. That's your entry. And your
Correct.
stop loss would be at least somewhere up here. And your
Mm-hmm.
take
Like a
profit
gap.
one would be here, and take profit two would be here,
Mm-hmm.
and take profit three is down here. That's all that is in a glorified Fibonacci tool. So to play off this candlestick was a little premature because it did not finish out your harmonic pattern to the.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's where you have to exercise that huge amount of patience to and put like I don't know how many pip stop loss you would need to maybe to the bottom of this gap here. You know it came back and got filled in right about there. However, you definitely would have had TP1 for sure. That would have been a
Please.
big trade.
Right. Look at this here.
Yeah.
Send.
Wow.
And that's one thing about when you start recognizing all these other patterns, you start seeing things in your sleep. And that's kind of what I'm saying. We are an instrument and we know the technical stuff. You just
And
have
look
to,
at this.
yeah.
We have that. If we go take a little further.
So we broke it. So now we have the so we have the correction. So you have your trend line. So we broke and closed above the trend line. So now this is the impulse we need to focus on.
Mm.
Flag pattern. Yep, there you go. Your flag pattern.
Yes, exactly. And we have here, how do you call it of the flag? The
The flagpole.
pole, right? The pole here. And that's what I saw in Bitcoin today. I just played around a little bit. I saw a pendant there, and it turned out to go in a good direction for
So
what I
that's
have.
on your 15 minutes. So now let's so if you were to look at the 4 hour like we were looking at, what do you see there?
A mess.
A mess. Okay. So that no, with your
Looks
current
good.
markup, so
Looks
you
good.
got the look at this, how beautiful this is. We got the impulse, we got
Yeah.
the flag
Yeah.
pattern, and now we're getting the next impulse. Now, how high will it go? We got to break this high first,
And
then we
then
got to come back and retest that.
correct. And
Mhm.
then Lambo lot size, and tomorrow we wake up with good amount of money.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
what you're
So,
gonna do, right? Lambo Huts.
On my demo, only demo.
Oh, okay, okay. We're
wow.
testing. Well,
You're
yeah.
going to buy Lambo with yeah, with a
I'm
demo.
bright.
No, but that's cool. I
Mhm.
mean, if so,
Yeah.
the set it up on your demo account is exactly the point.
Yeah.
We know the way it's going to go. Although we're intraday traders, this trade could take because right now we got to come back and test this line before it can continue.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm seeing. So here we'll have this impulse, correction, impulse. Bada bing, bada boom.
Uh,
Bada
that
bing,
is.
bada boom, baby.
Collecting
Mhm.
some pips.
Because now that we got the there we got the low to high, And we come back, retrace, got another low, and then got another higher high. That's what we're looking for, is the higher high. So, yep, and we just tapped, made a higher high on this candlestick. Gotcha. All right, cool. So yeah, we're going to continue going, looking for buys. Will we hit the 3,500 mark again? Don't know, because our first challenge is going to be right here at this level. So if you
Mm-hmm.
fib, so if you fib the 4 hour, that impulse that we're looking at, make this the high. So this would be the impulse. Boom. Going the other way. This impulse
What
going
what
up, because
is
now we
going on?
broke we
Yes,
broke your
going up.
channel. We broke
We're
your
going
channel. So we're on it. Definitely, we're looking for. So we got this impulse. So this
Yeah.
low is your A to the top of no top of your next one up. This one here.
oh, sorry, wait a second.
That's fine. Sorry. There you go. And so now we'd be looking for the retracement at the 382.
Look where it went back to the 618.
Yes, that's where I got the
Exactly. Yeah.
entry in. So I took the entry here,
Good.
stop loss here, and take profit one here. As that trade played out, and then take profit two is going to be up here.
Look how
But
close it is to our first second TP.
TP2 is
Yeah.
at 272, and yep, there you go.
And then
My
Mm-hmm.
trade's still playing out, so it's still been,
let me check.
but yeah,
Negative 618 is
yep.
the third TP.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I would make my third, my first TP would be negative 018, 272 to 382. I make 4 TPs. Because right here
Yeah,
is the
drop.
area, our all-time highs, which we're not guaranteed it's going to get up to the 618.
That's right.
This rally-based rally at the negative 382, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Drop at the negative 382, could turn price all the way down and make price go the other direction. We don't know. We just know our first two targets are going to be the zero, the negative 018, and the 272, or yeah, and then the 382. And if we get the 618, negative 618, that would be icing on the cake. And the only way we'll get the negative 618 is we got to break your negative 272 zone first.
Mm-hmm.
See? And if we don't break past the negative 272 and it comes back, I mean, yeah, 618 is where we want to go. And if you look at the price there, it's 34.41. And I'm looking at 3,500. So we're pretty close. We're pretty close to where we want to go with price.
Mm-hmm.
Got the right trend. We got the right impulse. We got the right correction. Not because we did make the higher high. And if we didn't clear this high here, then I would say no way. Because now we got to clear this high. We kind of filled this gap in, but now we got to try to break that high. And if we fail to break that high, and this becomes a high, and all of a sudden we trek back down, but we know we're going to come back and test this line of your, which is now support line. What?
Mm-hmm.
So your channel, come back to test the channel. And if it fails to break through the channel and go lower, then we're talking about the 50. Yeah. So price, I'm looking for price to come back to at least 382 or to 50 and then continue going up.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the
Yeah.
move for if I were looking for, and I am looking for buys. I'm looking for the long position. But what is interesting, if you scrunch up your chart just a bit so we can fill in a little more to the left. Boom. There we go. Impulse. Complex correction. Now we need to get higher high. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm seeing. That's why I'm looking for buys. Although we got, isn't that your head and shoulders pattern too? Then you're like head,
Yep,
shoulder, boom,
this
boom,
here.
and there's
Right.
your
That
shoulder.
could be one. That's also, yes.
So it's based on your head and shoulder pattern. it's got to break through the shoulder line to make it through.
Yeah, here, this way. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. So
To
I
me,
think
the
Oh,
harmonic is very promising.
the which one?
The harmonic, the way it is set up, I see many times. I really like harmonics.
I do too. I like how they definitely work, and at least you'll know you'll get back to at least the midpoint of a harmonic,
Mm-hmm.
at least that. So no matter what, you at least get A or B, the B or the C level taken out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and right now we don't know because we've already got past the B level and it turned around and is heading the other direction to retest it. It's retesting the D right now,
Mm-hmm.
and it actually went past it. So good question. That's why it's all speculative because does everybody see the same thing you see? Pretty much so. A lot of people probably see the same thing. But David, you're right. I like this. I like this impulse that you pointed out here on the 4 hour.
mhm.
I
Yeah.
like the retracement. And now we need the impulse we need to hit the extensions. If we
Mm-hmm.
hit the extensions, and even if we hit the extension and turn around, we know that once we hit the extension, it's going to come back and pull back again to continue going higher. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we're looking for the end wave going up. And so all this consolidation stuff was just a channel or your flag,
Mm-hmm.
your pennant, your flag. I like the flag better. That flag pattern, Danielle, is what the
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm still having a pending trade that I took along. I don't know if I'm able to share my screen to just show
Oh, you
you
can. If Danielle,
that.
yes, you can
Uh,
still.
okay.
I'm still in the trade from a couple days ago, so that baby's still holding.
I was able to take profit because I saw we are currently in a
Oh, you're
dangerous
looking for
zone.
the
So
same move we're looking for.
Same.
And
Good.
we're looking for the same move you're looking for. That's the negative
yeah,
618 on the big and this
yeah.
impulse
So
down. Exactly.
yeah.
You can
Mm-hmm.
now if I were to use the impulse, this is the impulse I would have measured to be my fib.
Yeah, that is what I fibbed, and
Is that on the what is that on your weekly candlestick, the one that we drew, the black candlestick? And this is let me see your
yeah,
weekly really quick.
my weekly.
Your weekly, yeah.
Yeah, go-
Just want to see if I'm seeing the same thing. Give me
just
nice. So your impulse is from here. Oh, you can actually extend your impulse to here. You can make this whole impulse.
this one. Mm-hmm.
Um, and then you get this impulse going up. Yeah, see that? Yeah, yeah. Or if you got, yeah. So where did you draw well, your 618 is drawn from the top to the bottom. Oh, I see why. Because this is probably a
Mm-hmm.
weak candlestick. We probably got different. We probably got the impulse from here to here. I don't know. I can't see
Yeah.
that. That's okay. Potential
Uh-huh.
goal target. Yep. Fib extension. That's it. Oh, so you did it too. So this is another. So if price goes the other
Yeah.
way,
So
yeah.
this was my bigger move. I did it
No, that's cool.
because I'm trying to. There's a strategy I was backtesting
Uh-huh.
of how price normally retraces back to the 618. I've seen it a couple of times. So like if you just measure these, I think I
Right.
did measure it.
Okay, here's the
Let
move
me.
I'm still looking at. Look at this.
Mhm.
And it hasn't even
Yeah.
played all the way. We got this
Mhm.
this BEC here, or rally base rally.
Yeah.
The
Hmm.
zone is from here to here. You take your buy here. Take profit one would be at a high,
Yeah.
and
Normally
profit
you
two would be your
take it.
potential. Yeah, because
Uh-huh.
this rally based rally it still hasn't quite it's played out. If you look at it,
Yeah.
it made at least a 2-to-1 trade. So if you took it at the front wall at your 618 and traded to zero, yeah, that's a beautiful trade. Now comes the question like where
Uh-huh.
we going? So if you had fibbed this whole move from here to here, which is a good move, there's still the 618, and we still haven't gotten below
Mhm.
that yet. So we still have the extensions to go to. So yeah.
Yeah, so we might go to the extensions. And this is what I was looking at. I was thinking, hey, this thing might either go here. So I decided to like measure this, just only this.
So
Just
3502 is still the price you're looking at getting to as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
So we're all
This is
looking at
just the
3,500.
yeah,
So we're all looking for the same target.
yeah.
There you go. And your buy, so you got in your entry down here, right? This buy line.
Yeah. This is
Yep.
my byline.
So now you're
Uh-huh.
at profit. You're in the profits up here somewhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm actually in profit around here. So it's only that I was seeing some because on the 4 hour, I was really trying to stick on my 4 hour. Let me see. Boom. Where
So
is
you're
it?
a big swing trader, right? You like the swing trades. Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm really trying to do the swing trading, but I'm actually a scalper. But I just try to. I'm now working on backtesting on swing trading because I don't want to be staying on my charts for what I'm doing like now.
Right, right,
So
right,
this is why I was actually looking at this. Yeah. So I just measured this thing, this impulse,
right.
this one, and I was seeing this correction. Either this thing might come to
Yeah.
okay, this is it. When I fib this, so when I fib this to here, I was seeing my thing coming to around. We just came to the 618. So
Mhm.
my other 618 is going to be here, here.
Right,
This is why so I was saying, hey, there's actually a potential sell here,
right.
and
Well,
price might either come back down again to for us to retest these areas.
it may or may not.
But yeah,
Uh,
but this move, but this current buy, we have not finished this buy because yes, price kind of is facing a rejection around this area,
right,
but I would like it to come a little bit higher to my -2.7.
right,
This is always my take profit, and but just wanted to enter here because my stop loss is always above here. So when I
right.
entered the 618, I want to place my stop loss below the zero, just above here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so this
Okay,
was the take. Mhm.
gotcha.
But anyway, the other fib I was seeing that gold we must just still continue going up to around here, but we need to
I don't
retest.
see
I
gold
don't,
ever stopping going up right now. Right now,
yeah.
I don't see the trend in gold swinging the other way just yet. The dollar's still so
Hmm.
unstable right now. You know, gold is the place to have your money at the moment. Although
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at
So,
other pairs because gold is a
mhm.
pretty pricey commodity to trade, but it's fun. I like it. Wow, time flies. 4 o'clock already. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like what you both see. I think we're all looking for the same target of 3,500.
Yeah.
You have your entry trade, so we pretty much are saying the same thing. And that's one thing that G Money was hoping that we would all at some point see the same things when we're looking at the charts. So if he ever goes away, you know exactly what he knows.
Yeah.
So,
So let's see what the week has for us
so the week I'm
as
still
in this
looking for that
chapter.
3,500, going back up to that. Where did I have my speculation for the week? I forgot where my speculation was. That what chart I was working on, folks. Too many charts.
Mm. You're not sharing your screen.
That's all right. I'm trying to find the one first before I share it.
Oh, okay.
I had some stuff. I can't remember what I did. Um, but quick speculation. I go with my original Wanda chart. Now that we're stuck at my -786 or the 786 on my weekly fib of a previous candlestick, the downtrend from the weekly candlestick. There she goes. There she blows. I know I drew a line here somewhere. So here's the previous weekly candlestick. I'm still playing this candlestick in the downward trend. However, I won't object to being a uptrend. So I can see it. We got the impulse correction. Didn't make a lower low, but this candlestick I'm still concerned about because it's not closed. I know G Money is working off this impulse here, which is okay too. Um, I'm happy either way, and either way, we're going to be right. So utilizing my 1 hour fib, and so I have these two fibs drawn out. Oh yeah, here's my projection. So this is a trade I'm playing out now. This trade is still valuable, invaluable, whatever. I
Valid.
can't. It's still usable. That's the word I'm looking
So
for.
valid.
Valid. That's the word. Thank you.
German has to say that.
I tell you, as a writer, English is not my favorite
Oh,
language.
I know that. I have the same thing in German sometimes. You're looking for words and you don't find it, or
Yeah, I just couldn't
you don't
find the
know
right
how to
word.
spell it anymore. You're like, huh? How was that again?
Right.
So, so Dan, as a writer, what language do you write?
English, of course.
Oh, okay.
I write English, but I'm not. To me, English is kind of a weird,
Inconsistent.
very inconsistent. Too many words can mean the same thing. Uh,
Mhm.
and so this is what I've noticed. So here, see these little BECs are stopping my price. I really keeping price at bay at the moment. And I had, I think, a trade going down, which I think I went too far. But I see if this holds out and we're going to keep going the other direction, I'm looking for a price to come at least to my 1 hour.
Mhm.
I'm looking for a price to come back to hit my 1 hour zero or 236 and then take us back up to the top side. So that's what I'm still looking for. This trade is still open until this trade is still playing out. And see when
Mhm.
I put that was on July 9th. I put that on there. How many days ago was that? Oof, a long time ago. So I'm still looking for the buys. I think we're gonna have a pullback to at least the 236 or the midpoint of the boxes. And are we in planetary alignment yet? If I got the right boxes, yes, I do. I think I do. Do I? Do I have the right boxes on? That's the question I have. I don't see there's a 52. Oh, and there's 204. Yeah, it's all bullish, except for the 2 minutes bearish. Okay, we're good. All right, cool, cool, cool. I do have the right boxes on. So it's interesting how this 2 minute is really, if you think about this, here's a 2 minute warning. Come
Mhm.
back to hit the 1 hour, come back and hit the 1 hour 236 to take us above. Yep, I'm liking that. I like that. That's not a 2 minute, a 5 minute. You can say almost the same thing. I would like to see, yeah, that's what I would like to see. So I'll put this back on. So should we leave it at the 5 minute projection or the 1 hour? I'll put the 1 hour trip, the 1 hour view I'm looking at. So just to confirm, make sure I have it all right. I think this is what I'm looking for my weekly projections, which would actually hit my previous weekly low. The challenge though I have is this 786 here zone is where it's keeping price at bay. So to get past the 236, we at least need to come back to the 50. So my new trade looks like this. Stop loss below the 50. I'll leave it there, which is negative 382 there, or 382. But I can even, if I wanted to bring it down to here, because it might come back and touch that flip zone. That's still a 1.5 to 1 trade. So yeah, it's still not too bad. So we'll post this bad boy.
Gentlemen, I need to say goodbye, good night.
All right, good night.
I
Hey.
need to
Awesome.
go
Bye
and
bye. Good night.
All right, I will stop the sharing. I can stop the recording.